now, please mute your mics and enjoy the sounds of Tesatra-san. Wait, we can't hear you, Tesatra-san. Bring it up. Starting the program in 1 minute with our drum call. So just hang back and relax. Enjoy the sounds of Tesatra-san. We welcome you. That's why I wanted to let you know, because I started to put it in, but then it's like I'm holding off on putting Ashe. And thank you so much, Tesatra-san Drumming Troupe.
Yes.
As is customary in our culture, it is customary for us to request permission to speak and or to proceed from an elder who is in attendance. And I'm going to beseech this request to my elder, Dr. Starla Lewis, and request permission to continue this program.
I give permission.
Thank you.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea.
Welcome everyone to our Black Excellence Awards, I'm going to start with a libation. And just to give a little bit of understanding, libation, I don't know how many of you have been someplace and people have said they wanted to pour a little something out for the brothers who ain't here. But it goes back to African tradition, and it's done as a way to like create and connect with and show respect for our ancestors, and also to remind us of why we're here. And so I'll start by and every time when I pour, it's call and response. Typically, I ask that everyone says Ashe. And Ashe simply is a way of saying, so be it as it is, or just yes. And then there will come a point when I call upon ancestors, and feel free to call out the name of ancestors that you want to honor and bring in, whose energy you want to bring into the space. So I want to start by calling upon our first ancestor, our creator, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, the universe, or however you connect with the energy that created all of us.
Ashe.
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 And then I want to call on our ancestors. And at this point, I'll name some ancestors. And I have to start with my great Aunt Lena, Miss Evelyn Davis, who just transitioned recently after living a life of integrity and service for 100 years on this planet. And please call out on other ancestors. I'm sure you have people you want to give honor to.
Yes.
Elizabeth White Goodwin.
Clifford Matthews, Katie Mae Matthews.
My parents and my grandparents.
Yes.
Yeah, both my grandparents.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so last but not least, we must never forget the children who are our future. And so this is pouring forward into them and letting them know that we welcome them into our lives, and that when they do get here, we will take really good care of them.
Ashe.
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 May the ancestors hear us. May the Creator hear us, and may our children hear us. Thank you for this.
Ashe.
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 And with that, the BSA would like to say greetings and welcome to the Black Staff Association Juneteenth Celebration and Black Excellence Awards. I am Tammy T. Blevins. I have been on campus for 15 and a half years, and I'm the Associate Director of Faculty and Staff Giving. And I'm extremely honored to serve as the chair of the Black Staff Association. So again, I just want to remind everybody we are recording this event. So please turn your cameras on, be with us in community, relax, learn, and celebrate with us. The chat is also open and you're free to share your comments. And we won't be having a Q&A for this event, but we've got a lot of great stuff lined up for you, including an interactive game. So listen carefully as you learn about Juneteenth. And today, as we commemorate Juneteenth, also known as Emancipation Day, our goal is to educate and share the importance of why we celebrate Juneteenth, why we practice the Nguzo Saba, and why we embrace the spirit of Sankofa. So over the next 90 minutes, we will celebrate the richness of Black culture and express our appreciation for Black excellence exemplified by Black staff across campus. So you've already experienced our traditional drum call by Te Satrasan, West African drum troupe. You've experienced the libation by Dr. Lawana Richmond and the first stanza of the Black National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing by Kimberly Coleman. Coming up, we have the presentations of our Nguzo Saba Awards, Special Recognition Awards, and the Black Excellence Champions and Leaders Awards. So without further ado, please welcome back to the spotlight, Dr. Lawana Richmond.
Lawana, it's you.
Yeah, Okay, hi. So I'm back. So we talk about Sankofa. You know, this is upside down Sankofa birds on my shirt. I will have to say that of all the things that I talk about when I talk about Afrofutures, and Sankofa is interwoven within it. And you see it's also interwoven within the BSA logo. It's not an accident, it's very intentional because the principle of Sankofa really ties well to the work that we all do. It is based on a kind concept that it's never too late to go back and fix it. And if you look at the Sankofa bird, it's typically represented with an egg in its mouth to represent the future, the head turned back to represent looking at the past, and the feet planted on earth to represent the present. And it's about the interconnectedness of all of it and the importance of paying attention to what happened, being mindful in the present, fix the things that we can fix so that things are better in the future. I think that's it.
Back to Tammy.
Yeah, that was it. Back to Tammy.
Thank you, Lawana. So at this time, it is my honor and privilege to present to some and introduce to others, Dr. Starla Lewis. Starla Lewis is a global teacher of self-love and the professor emeritus whose work focuses on life mastery, women's empowerment, Black studies, and diversity. She is the founder of CELL, which is CELL Consulting. She is the co-creator of Woman's Worth, Reclaiming Our Divinity and Our Destiny, and co-author of I Am, My Own Self-Validation. She is the author and illustrator of Sun Kisses, a multicultural, multilingual coloring book for children and adults. She is a 7-time recipient of Mesa College's Teacher of the Year Award, a 2015 Women's Hall of Fame honoree, and a KPBS local hero. In 2019, the San Diego City Council proclaimed December 20th as Professor Starla Lewis Day. She has dedicated her life teaching people love and life skills. Through her work, she affirms that all people are brilliant, powerful, limitless love. And now I present Dr. Starla Lewis.
Hotep, I greet you with blessings of peace, love, and prosperity. Today is a day of celebration. This week is a week of celebration, and this month is a month of celebration, but I encourage us all to celebrate ourselves every day. Juneteenth, the day that the United States said that the slaves were freed in Texas. The slaves were freed in 1863, but it wasn't until 1865 that those of us who from Texas got the information. What does that say about freedom? It says freedom was not given to us because we were born free. And then we were enslaved shortly thereafter. The reality is freedom has always been our legacy and our birthright. And many of us, even though there were chains on our bodies, were free in our minds. And so we resisted, we revolted, we went into the Union Army, and then we freed ourselves. And so this is a celebration of self-freedom. Freedom is simply choice. And each and every day we exercise our freedom. We will either choose in our best interest or we will choose that which works against us, but we are free to choose. Choose wisely. We come from a people who believed in unity, U-N-I-T-Y. And the reality is it's our unity that has allowed us to survive probably the most horrendous enslavement of human life in the history of the world. We come from a people who are self-determinate, believe in self-determination. So when we were freed, one of the first things we did when we left the plantation was we sought to name ourselves, because the names that we had been given were given by our slave masters. And the names that we carry, many of them are the names of our slave masters. And I believe that is why we work so hard to be creative in naming our children those names that they can claim as their very own. We not only were free to name ourselves, but we were free to work for ourselves, with ourselves. Not only are we celebrating Juneteenth, we're celebrating Black Wall Street, because it is an example of what happens when barriers are overcome. Black Wall Street represents our genius in economics, collective work. Black Wall Street represents cooperative economics. And that came because of freedom, not just getting it, but recognizing that is within each and every one of us. We celebrate our economic genius because we learned how to make a way out of no way. We walked off of plantations, often with not even shoes on the bottom of our feet. We walked away from plantations, often with just the clothes on our back. And yet we built and built and built and created what we have today. Freedom is purpose. Throughout our lives, throughout our existence, from our very beginning in Africa, we had purpose, we had meaning. Why? Because we had gifts and we had talent. Our brilliance is our light to shine in the world. And each one of us is a gift to the world. Faith. We found freedom and believed in freedom when there was no evidence that we would be free. So we have to look at Juneteenth as a celebration of us freeing ourselves, freeing our minds, freeing our bodies as we fought with those people often who had enslaved us. Because we have to remember that the abolition of slavery was done by all people who believed in humanity, all people who believed in righteousness. So we have to celebrate Juneteenth. We have to get excited about Juneteenth, but we have to remember that Juneteenth happened not because someone did something for us, but somebody did something because they understood it was the righteous thing to do. And that the resistance against enslavement, it was inevitable that we would be free because we were born free. Our challenge is to teach this to our children so that our children will not see the limitations, but they will see the possibilities. So that our children will be the generation of freedom, free thought, free action. And we have to understand that freedom doesn't come without moral constraints. In other words, when you do things that harm yourself, you harm your people, U-N-I-T-Y. When you do things that work against the best interest of your people, then you harm your people. And so what I want you to leave here today really believing and knowing and understanding is that the freedom that came was because of the people who refused to die. The freedom that came was because of the people who refused to believe in the lack and limitation. Because faith gets you to freedom. And faith can transcend all barriers and all possibilities. We are living in a challenging time, but because of the challenges that we have already met as a people, we know this is doable. We know this is doable. I truly, truly encourage you to celebrate in some way, however you choose, Juneteenth. and to tell everyone you know that it is now a national holiday. But understand it's global, because there are people who were enslaved that were taken all over the globe. And so Juneteenth is already being celebrated in other nations by other brothers and sisters who came from the continent that we now call Africa. Celebrate Juneteenth and all the power and unity and self-determination and collective work and responsibility and cooperative economics and creativity and purpose and faith that it brings. I thank you for this honor to be here and share with you today.
Hi, Starlee, could you talk a little bit about the Nguzo Saba principles as well?
Well, I kind of did, because Nguzo Saba principles are unity, U-N-I-T-Y. And as a united people, we were able to transcend and survive and then thrive after enslavement. Self-determination. I talked about how one of the first things we did when we were freed was to name ourselves. Many of us changed our names because we didn't want the name that the master had given us. And we've moved it on into our present time, because think of the names that we give our children. Often people think our children's names are odd or unusual, but what they are unique, because we understand that each child is unique and that we don't want them to have a name that just blends them in with everybody else. I talked about the cooperative economics. We wouldn't be here if we hadn't come from those southern states and those eastern states where our family who was already here took us in. Most of us have had family live with us in our homes for indefinite amounts of time, because they were coming from places where often they couldn't get jobs or any combination thereof. So cooperative economics has always been part of our value system. Collective work and responsibility. We work together. This happened today because of the collective work and responsibility of BSA and all those community members who are here and supporting, all those students who encourage and inspire us to stretch ourselves beyond ourselves. And so that's part of the Nguzo Saba. We are here because we are on purpose. You know, I have been retired for, I don't know, they say it's 2013, but the reality is I'm not retired, I'm repurposed. I'm doing more of sharing gifts and talents. That's what we all are gonna do. Those of you who think you're retiring, I got news for you. You're gonna find your other purpose and you're gonna live it out as well. Because of our creativity, we have survived, we have lived, and we have thrived. You know, often we think about how do we get through all this stuff? But the reality is, how did we get through all this stuff? And we got through it because of our genius and our creativity. My great aunt Kate would always say, child, you come from a people who learned how to make a way out of no way. That's the genius spark that is within us. And then faith. We are a people who believed we were going to be free when there was no evidence, no sense of possibility. And we believed that through generations of enslavement, through decades of enslavement, through centuries of enslavement. We believed that. And so the freedom that we have and the freedom that we can claim is the freedom that we exercise. You see, freedom is not something that someone does for you. It's something that you accept and you live out yourself. And so that's basically the Nguzo Saba, the 7 principles. And they are principles based on our African value system. But we were living it because Africanisms have survived the slave experience, you see. Much of what we do is more African than American, but because we haven't studied our history and our culture, we often don't realize we're doing African things, from the cornrow hair to the bright colors to the beans and greens with no pork in them. That's not becoming vegan. It's what we traditionally started out as before we were enslaved. And the creativity and genius that we use to make food that would have been considered inedible, edible, because that allowed us to survive. And so the Nguzo Saba is 7 principles that represent many principles on the African continent that have been compacted into those basic 7 principles. And if we live them, we will see changes in our life, and they will be positive. Oh, and I want to say one more thing. The drum and the drummers, thank you. Because the power of the drum is not only to entertain, the power of the drum is to heal. And we're in a time where we need that drum playing. And not only is it the power of the drum to heal, but we have to remember that the drum was banned because it was so powerful. It allowed us to communicate. It allowed us to vibe together. So thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Davita Johnson, and I serve as the membership chair for BSA Executive Board. Umoja, or unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, and race. It is my honor to announce Wayne Farquharson as the recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba Umoja Award. We'll now turn it over to Wayne to say a few words.
Thank you. I want to say thank you to the Black Staff Association for bestowing this wonderful award to me. I don't think I'm deserving of it, but you know, the Umoja Award, I think the BSA has served that during my tenure here at UCSD. I remember joining BSA 2 months after I arrived. I worked in the disbursements office, and Helen Dokes walked over to me after I was here about 2 months and just handed me a membership slip and says, "You're gonna join the BSA." And I looked at her and I realized that it's probably not a lady you want to argue with, so just go ahead and do it. And so I want to thank Helen for making for doing what she did, because BSA has been my strength here at UCSD, especially after I moved down to SIO. When it got lonely down there, I would always look forward to our monthly BSA meetings where I could come up the hill and be with my people and get rejuvenated, and then could head back down the hill. And I see a lot of faces that were here back in the day that used to start a lot of problems. I see Marcia out there who used to lead us down to the hospital, protesting, picketing the university. So, you know, and I just want to say thank you to BSA for all you do, and continue the good work. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Roberta Camarena, and I serve as the Secretary of the Black Staff Association Executive Board. Kuji Chakugilia, self-determination, to determine ourselves, name ourselves, create for ourselves, and speak for ourselves. It is my honor to announce Joyce Burnett as recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba Kuchi Chagulia Award. We'll now turn it over to Joyce to say a few words. Joyce, please unmute yourself. There, thank you.
You're welcome. Gratitude to the Black Staff Association, to Mr. Ron Karenga, who introduced all of us to the 7 principles, and to my parents who made me who I am today. Self-determination was the cornerstone of my parents' life lessons to me. It all started one spring day after my mother carried me outside to sit in a shady grass area near the clothesline so that she could hang out laundry. After she began hanging up clothes, I saw a flower growing near her and I babbled that I wanted that flower. My mother became cross. That must have been the Nigerian in her, and replied, "Get up and get it yourself." So I did. She became so happy and excited that she picked me up, and we left to meet my father as he walked home from lunch. She put me down as soon as she saw him, saying, "Honey, watch this." Then I walked to him. It was a very happy day. I was only 10 months old. And since then, I have always made my way under my own steam to get what I wanted in life. Thank you again. I accept this award, my first and most cherished acknowledgement. Happy Freedom Day.
All right, Joyce.
Good afternoon. My name is Therese Morat, and I serve as treasurer of the Black Staff Association Executive Board. UJIMA, collective work and responsibility to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and to solve them together. It is my honor to introduce Pamela Fruget as recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba UJIMA Award. We'll now turn it over to Pamela to say a few words.
Thank you, Therese, and thank you, BSA, for honoring me in this spectacular way. I am so moved and so honored to be recognized in this ceremony and by each one of you who I consider my campus family and who I hold so dearly. So thank you for allowing me to work closely with you and to hopefully make a difference in the campus that we share together.
All right, here we go. Good afternoon. My name is LaWanna Richmond, and I'm a past chair of the Black Staff Association, and I also serve as a board member at large for the executive board. UJIMA, cooperative economics, is to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses, and to profit from them together. It is absolutely my honor to announce Vice Chancellor Gary Matthews as recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba UJIMA Award. We'll now turn it over to Vice Chancellor Matthews to say a few words.
Thank you, LaWanna. Thank you, LaWanna. It's been a pleasure working with all of you through the years, and I'm excited and most humbled to accept this award. Financial acumen, that's interesting to me as a guy who didn't do well in math in college or high school, but I did have the opportunity to manage the campus's budget for 6 years. And what's clear is that financial acumen doesn't always evolve around money. And most importantly, it has to focus on us, on people, and making sure that our staff and colleagues get the very best support that they can. So I'm honored to accept this award. The bridge behind me is also another example of a resource that will have many decades of support and opportunity to the community. While others were trying to build walls, we've built bridges and connections that will last for years. This bridge was part of a land swap, if you would, with Sandag, and half of the cost was paid by somebody else. I love spending somebody else's money, and it's going to help provide access to the campus. And most importantly, light rail starts first ride sometime this November, and it's going to have tremendous impact to all of us and those living in various parts of the community who will no longer have to drive to the campus. So I thank you for the honor. I look forward to continued service to the community, and that bridge behind me makes a world of difference for a lot of people for decades to come. Thank you.
Thank you. You are so welcome, Vice Chancellor. Woo, Gary Matthews. Tammy T here. It is now my pleasure to introduce the recipient of the Nguzo Saba Award for NIA. NIA means to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. It is my honor to present Vice Chancellor Dr. Becky Pettit as the recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba Award. VC Pettit, your work in equity, diversity, and inclusion, and your efforts to change the climate and enhance the Black experience at UC San Diego has not gone unnoticed. Becky, VC Pettit.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. As I said to Tammy when I was notified about this award, to be acknowledged by one's peers is really meaningful. To be acknowledged by one's peers who are also our people is everything. So I am so grateful. This particular principle is so appropriate because this work is energizing for me. It makes me feel connected to you. It also gives me hope. So I want to thank BSA for your trust and for your faith and your belief in me. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And next.
Good afternoon. My name is Beverly Ward, and I am the Vice Chair for the Black Staff Association Executive Board. Kuamba means creativity, to always do as much as we can in the way that we can in order to leave our community more beautiful, more beneficial than when we inherited it. It is my honor to announce Erin Maline as recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba, all those words, award. And we thank you. A few words from Erin.
Thank you. Thank you, BSA. I remember a little over 20 years ago, Gina Saunders, God rest her soul, asked me to go and get some soul food from this event. And I never thought that I'd see so many of us on that campus because my original job kept me down at SIO and I was ever able to attend events on campus. So I thank Gina. She passed, she was my mentor, but ever since then, I've gotten to know a lot of you. I see a lot of nice faces and pretty faces. You know, I'm all about creating. I'm Mr. Original idea. Let's get it done. Let's take care of business, and we'll worry about everything else later. So thank you. I appreciate the award. Thank you, BSA, for all the great work, and God bless.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Joanne Hoy, and I serve as the event planner for the BSA Executive Board. And I'll be giving Imani, which stands for faith, to believe with all your heart in your people, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness and victory of our struggle. I am super excited and honored that my sister, Jackie Holmes, as the recipient of the 2021 Nguzo Saba Imani Award. And not only is Jackie my sister, and she just got some more exciting news, but she's a retiree and soon to be retiree. And so Jackie, we love you. You know I love you. And I'm honored to give this to you as you are leaving. Love you, my child.
I love you too, big sis. I don't remember a day in my life that Joanne hasn't been there. We met when I was around 12 or something. So she's just an amazing, amazing inspiration to me. Thank you. It is a privilege and an honor to receive this award. It's only by faith that I've been able to do what I do because we serve an awesome, awesome God. Joanne just shared with you, I decided this Monday, that I think it's time for me to retire, or as we learned today, repurpose, after being on this campus for about 20 years. And this is absolutely the best way to end my tenure with UC San Diego. So thank you very much. I love you all, and God bless you all.
Uh-oh. Not sure what that is. Can you guys hear me? Great. Thank you so much. So we promised to ensure that we would give you guys an opportunity to engage and enhance your understanding about Juneteenth and the cultural aspects. So we are going to give you an opportunity to participate in an interactive activity with an opportunity to win a prize. That should increase those smiles that I see on the screen right now. So we are going to play Kahoot. I'm going to drop a link in to the chat and then we'll get started in just a moment.
Someone please mute your mic.
Davida, I think you have it playing in your background somewhere from the YouTube channel.
2 seconds. Okay, so when I share my screen, is everyone able to access the Kahoot? I'm not sure if the link showed. Okay, let's try that again. There we go. You should have a link now. When you select the link, it's going to ask for you to enter a PIN, and I'm going to display that PIN on the screen. There, should have a link now. When you select the link, it's going to ask for you to enter a PIN, and I'm going to display that Can let me know if you can see the screen.
Yes.
You should see a PIN number at the top of the screen, 593-1194. And we please ask, because we are offering or will be giving out prizes today, if you could at least put your first name and your last initial. We may need to find you if you want your award. There we go. So this will go really fast. There is a total of 7 questions. You will have 20 seconds, 20 full long seconds to respond to the question. There will be 4 color choices, and you will select the answer that you believe is correct. And at the end of the game, 3 winners will be announced. So we'll give that about another minute or so as people are logging in. I see those numbers rising. Okay, about 30 seconds. Okay, 5-3. It's my slow countdown. And we're off. You will see the question appear and the 4 options to with your answers. And here we go. This 10-acre parcel of land was purchased by former slaves in 1872, specifically to celebrate Juneteenth. Countdown is on. You're almost at 10 seconds. All righty, time's up. Emancipation Park in Houston, Texas. Here we go. All right, who rises to the top? The way Kahoot is set up, if you're not familiar, it's really based on the timing of your response. And that's how you make it to those top rankings. So we'll keep moving ahead. Number 2, Sankofa originated from what country in Africa? Sure to get 100% correct, right? Right, VC Pettit? 100%? Not calling anyone out. I won't do that. Almost. Ghana. All right. Who's at the top of that list now? All right. Keep it going. Number 3, Nguzo Saba, which means the 7 principles, were developed by These responses are coming in pretty quick. All right, 2 seconds. All right, you're almost there. Keep it going. All right, Eilette is maintaining the top. Number 4, Juneteenth is also known as? Could be some trick answers in there, right? Possibly. All right, Freedom Day it is. We'll take it. All right, Kim, making your way to the top. Number 5, Juneteenth celebrates the emancipation of enslaved African Americans on June 19th, 1865, in this city. 1 second. Well, all right, we'll take it. Galveston, Texas. Kim's holding on to that lead. Question number 6. The star in the middle of the original Juneteenth flag pays homage to. One, 2 seconds. Well, all right, we'll take it. Those 2 people, I expect to see your name right at the top. Okay. Oops. Sankofa is a metaphorical symbol generally depicted as. Ten seconds. A bird. And I believe that is our last question. Who is going to rise to the top of the podium? Our winners are Dee McCaskill, 3rd place, Jasmine, 2nd, and our winner. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Kim. Kim C. Someone will be reaching out to you soon. Thank you so much and congratulations. I hope there was a bit of information that you learned today. And if you already knew it, yay. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll get back into our presentation.
Stony, the road we trod, bitter, the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed.
Thank you so much. At this time, we are going to move on into our awards. Wasn't that game fun? Did you guys learn a lot? Did you learn that you need to go and do some research?
Absolutely, Tammy.
Huh? What did you say?
I'm sorry, Tammy. I said, absolutely, I need to learn some stuff.
No shame in anybody's game. I got 2.
Who knew the star? The star.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are going to move on. I think that was awesome. Thank you, Davida, for sharing that with us. And we are going to move on to our BSA Champion Awards for Black Excellence. And we want to acknowledge and recognize these recipients for their contributions in the right one. Am I on the right awards? I am. These are the special recognition awards that we are going into. Jumped ahead of myself. So with this set of awards, we are going to recognize Black staff who have exemplified Black excellence and are either leaving UC San Diego or retiring from UC San Diego after 20 plus years of service. And these awards will be presented by Pamela Fruget. Pamela?
Oops. Thank you, Tammy. I'm hoping that my internet holds out. My name is Pamela Fruget. Greetings, family. I serve as a member at large for BSA, and it's my honor to present these special recognition awards. Our first recipient is Dr. Diane Forbes Berthoud. It's my pleasure to present this award to Dr. Berthoud, who has been with UC San Diego for 10 years, serving most recently as the Associate Vice Chancellor of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. Diane has accepted the inaugural Vice President and Chief Diversity Officer position for the University of Maryland, Baltimore. We are so proud of your promotion, and we thank you for all that you've contributed to UC San Diego in your tenure. Vice Chancellor Becky Pettit will accept this award on Diane's behalf. I present Vice Chancellor Pettit.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to accept this award on Dr. Forbes Berthoud's behalf. She sent pictures this morning, actually, from Maryland. She is on the Howard campus. She is honored to receive this recognition, honored and humbled. And she enjoyed her time at UCSD. She especially enjoyed working with BSA. She shared with me how meaningful it was to spend time with you all, and she's grateful for the award. So I accept this on her behalf. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor Pettit. Our next recognition award goes to Glenda Davis. With nearly 30 years of service at UC San Diego, Senior Diversity Officer Glenda Davis has decided to take the leap into the big world of possibilities, finding her other purpose in retirement. During her tenure, Glenda has been the consistent point of support, counsel in difficult times, and that still voice of reason in the chaos. She has been mentor and friend for all those years to so many, bringing the ingenuity of that engineering-focused mind. I am certain there will be no dull moments in her future. Please join me in congratulating Glenda on this new beginning and on this award. Glenda, please come forward and say a few words.
Thank you so much for this recognition, this honor. I'm humbled and grateful for the opportunity to be in community with all of you. Some of the best times I've had on campus were BSA activities, general body meetings, the President's Day symposiums, the diversity on a plate luncheon that I hope we can get back to once we're back on campus. Planning meetings, especially that one at Marcia's house a while back. That was a fun one. It has been a journey with all of you, and I want to thank you for being with me and allowing me to be with you. I've often said that staff is the glue that holds the campus together, and I want to add to that and say that Black staff is the glue that holds the staff together. So thank you for this great honor.
Our thanks to you, Glenda. We are going to miss you. Our next recipient is Irma Martinez Velasco. This year has been full of surprises, and learning that another dear friend and colleague has decided to make the transition to retirement this year took my breath away. Irma Martinez Velasco has served 29 years at UC San Diego, building relationships and her career in service to students, staff, and faculty. Irma has played an essential role in developing community partnerships, always working quietly behind the scenes to ensure success. She has been a committed partner in all endeavors of equity and justice, and has that keen ability to bring focus and compassion to every project. Congratulations, Irma, on this award and on your retirement from UC San Diego.
Thank you, Pam, and thank you, Black Staff Association, for this award. I am truly humbled, and I am just, when Tammy, when I got the email in the early in the morning, I was like, what? Me? And I said, okay, yes, I would. Thank you so much for the acknowledgement. The work that I've done is I couldn't do it alone. I've always had partners and members of, the Black Staff Association, members of from all across campus were working alongside me. I just want to thank everyone for this recognition. I'm truly, truly humbled. I was surprised and just so many emotions came, but I would, again, remiss if I would not acknowledge a few people that have helped me along the way. And first of all, that's Chancellor Khosla. He has truly empowered me to do the things that I've been able to do. Also, VC Pettit and her staff, Vice Chancellor Matthews, Pam Fouget, members, the leadership of the Black Staff Association. And when I was looking at all the participants, there were so many of you that I have called upon to come alongside me and attend a community event and represent UC San Diego. You always said yes, you had a good time, and you represented UC San Diego in the community. And that was part of my goal, is to have people here at this great institution go out into the community and represent the community. I am truly, truly humbled. Thank you so much for this recognition. And I don't want to cry, so I will stop right there. Thank you, and thank you for making UC San Diego a better place.
Thank you, Irma. It is very emotional witnessing all of these transitions, but we are all so happy for you as well. Our next recipient of a special recognition award, someone who is finding her next path and her new purpose, is Therese Moret. After building her career at UC San Diego for over 34 years, Therese is leaving the university to spend time with her growing family and live her best life. During her tenure on campus, Therese has always been the first person to reach out and welcome new staff, to support students, to make sure Black faculty were connected with the community. Therese has been an ambassador of sincere goodwill. She has tirelessly committed her free time to support the campus community through the Black Staff Association, the Ujima Network, and the Black History Month Planning Committee, just to name a few. She's also been a volunteer connecting the surrounding San Diego community to the campus. Therese leaves a legacy of support, outreach, and love. Join me in congratulating her on this recognition and on her new path. Therese?
She's been tasting here.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
There's a ton of taste. Yeah. She like 19 taste or so. And that's the drum.
Well, can you hear me over the drums?
Now we can hear you. Maybe we can mute the drums a bit.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
So we can't see your beautiful face.
I don't know. Okay, let me see what's going on. Okay.
We want to see that smile.
Now can you
there it is.
All right, thank you. Okay, I just want to thank you everyone for this honor and the recognition of my contributions to UC San Diego. As you heard, I too are one of the ones that's leaving after 34 years at UCSD. When I started in 1987, I had a friend from elementary school for almost the first or second day that I got here and said, "What, Therese, you need to get on the board." So from that time on, I've held every position on the board. And I think around it was when 2008, maybe through 2012, I think I served as the chair of the BSA. And we did a lot. We had a lot of activities going on during that time. And I just want to say to everybody, being on the executive board allowed me to have some very good experiences, some great experience, in fact. I got to attend, like Irma stated, I got to attend. I was one of the recipients and attended some of those events in the community. I got to meet with all the chancellors and talk about and voice our collective concerns. And I was also at the table when we brought legends like way back in the day, we brought Toni Morrison. We had Julian Bond here. We had actors like David Allen Greer and Danny Griffith, Danny Glover. Danny Glover's his name, yes. It's just to name a few people that this campus has exposed me to. And I guess during my whole entire journey, I've learned so much, and I am very grateful for the recognition and all the opportunities that were afforded to me by being employed here at UCSD. So thank you.
Thank you, Therese. Well, I wasn't expecting to become so emotional. Our next recipient for a special recognition is Dr. Edwina Welch. After 25 years of progressive leadership, Edwina too has decided to step out on her own. During those 25 years on campus, Edwina has truly been a foundational contributor in transforming UC San Diego into a more inclusive and welcoming place for students, staff, and faculty through her work at the Cross-Cultural Center. Edwina's innovative mindset has helped to create an internal community of support on every level. If you have ever been mentored by Edwina or have sought her advice, you know that she is always prepared with the data, the research, and book recommendations to support change and empower you to make the best choices. So Edwina, my book recommendations for you as you find your other purpose is Just As I Am by Cicely Tyson, because you are loved just as you are. You have made a difference just as you are, and we love and respect you just as you are. Edwina, please say a few words.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I'm so humbled and excited to be in this space with you all. I remember the first thing that I did when I came to UCSD before I even started working was go to Cultural Celebration. And I met Ashanti Houston Hands and Sonia Daniels and other people that were involved and engaged in work on campus to make campus a wonderful place for Black staff. I remember that retreat at Marcia's house that Glenda was just talking about, and all of the speakers, and when we brought Milana Karenga and we actually got our Kwanzaa sets, and it has been truly the thing that has kept me afloat and grounded is knowing that we have a community of care, and that the Black Staff Association was always there. Always we volunteered. Whenever anything needed to happen, people would come forth. And this is such a wonderful recognition. And I haven't read the book yet, Pamela, so I will definitely be reading that. Thank you all. I am so humbled and honored, and particularly in this moment of Juneteenth, when we see what's going to happen going forward in our country and on campus, I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for the recognition and the honor.
Recording in progress. Thank you, Edwina. And thank you to all of our special recognition awardees. We are so excited for your new path. We hope that you stay connected, and we will see you soon.
God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who has brought us thus far on thy way, thou who has by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path.
Wow, thank you Thank you so much. So we are going to move on to the next set of awards. And I want to let you all know that each of our recipients will be receiving an award. So the special awards that the special recognition awards have a plaque that will be sent to you. And for our Nguzo Saba recipients, we have a special treat that will also be mailed to you. And it will come in the form of a Sankofa bird. Yes, I saw your eyes, Becky. It's absolutely beautiful and amazing. So I just want y'all to know that it will be coming to you. We're still working out some COVID issues here. But I want to congratulate each and every one of you. And we're going to move on because time is passing by so quickly to our next set of awards, which are for our champions. And, oh, wow. So this next set, we want to acknowledge and recognize these recipients for their contributions in enhancing the Black experience at UC San Diego. And I need to see the slide so I'll know who's next. Dr. Starla Lewis, for all of the work that you have done on our campus and in our community. The Black Staff Association wants you to know that we appreciate you and we love you. And if you would like to have words, you can unmute right now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like Dr. Petty said, there's no award more powerful than the awards that come from your people. And so I want to thank you, humbly thank you for this recognition. Black excellence is what I was taught from a child. And I learned that it comes when you never compare yourself to anybody else. Just do your best. So I humbly thank you. And I accept this award. And I accept this award with the love that was given, because love is all I know. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Starla. And if we can go to the next slide. Shola Richards. We partnered with Shola. Shola was not able to be here with us on today, but he also sent his thank you. We partnered with Shola for healing and it was for, oh my gosh, I'm so focused on Starla right now. But it was for positivity in the workplace and dealing with anti-Blackness in the workplace. So Shola and Starla both will, along with the rest of the recipients that we're calling on now, will receive this beautiful certificate from the Black Staff Association. Next slide. Ed Spriggs, retirees. Ed Spriggs, we want you to know, Ed Spriggs is part of the is the president of the Black Alumni group. I'm so sorry, I'm at a loss for words right now, Ed. But we love you, we appreciate you for coming back and continuing the work. We appreciate you for raising monies for our students through the Black Alumni Scholarship Fund. We appreciate you for mentoring and guiding the Black Staff Association. And we thank you for your advocacy. We thank you for enhancing the Black experience at UC San Diego. And if you would like to have words.
Well, of course, I'd like to say thank you. I'm so honored by this award. I really appreciate the Black Staff Association over all the years. And if we count my time at UCSD and my time retired, but still at UCSD working on so many things, it's 20 years next month. So I've always felt a part of the Black staff and vice versa. And You all do great work. What you do is so essential for the vitality of the campus and for the students to see you and for you to give them a helping hand whenever they can. So I'm honored by this award and I thank you all very much. I'll always cherish it. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ed. The next slide, please. Marcia Strong. Marcia, you are so missed. I just have to tell you, I remember I was serving on the Black History Month committee, and when you said that that was your last year and you were retiring, I was like, what are we gonna do? But you have maintained your relationship with UCSD. You're part of the Black Alumni Council. It came back to me, Ed, Black Alumni Council. And we appreciate you. Marcia shows up at almost every BSA event and always has input, and it's always positive and it's always forward moving. Marcia, we love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for being part of the community to help enhance the Black experience here at UC San Diego. And if you would like to have a few words.
I want to say I approached this event all joyous and everything, and it just, when I saw these people that were retiring, I felt bad for the BSA, not for me, but for the BSA, because these are some strong, dedicated individuals. And I hope you guys can fill their shoes, because you got a lot of work to do in terms of trying to fulfill what they've done. I want to say thank you to all of them. I'm so sad to hear you're all retiring. What's in the water? I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I just want to get that out. I want to say thank you, BSA. I'm honored to be the recipient of the Black Excellence Award. My journey through UCSD began as a student with my eyes and ears open. I learned to be prudent about my future, our future. I wasn't in this alone. For at least the next 4 years, this is going to be our home. We knew we had to do something though, because we weren't being recognized until we shouted from the tops of our voices, and then they opened their eyes. We learned how this works now. So let's put it in practice. We need a BSU, NSBE, BSSO, and a fraternity or two, even if we have to borrow from San Diego State to get approved. And then I grew up, I became a staff member, but I saw we had to do something because we weren't being recognized until we shouted from the tops of our voices, and then they'd open their eyes. Thank you, BSA, for being our voice, empowering us, modeling resilience, celebrating us, and having the stamina to make it appear that you were doing it all between the hours of 12 and 1. Again, thank you. I love you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Marcia. Next slide, please. Vanetta. Oh, Vanetta Jules Rosette. Sorry, so sorry I mispronounced your name. We love you. We thank you. Vanetta has been a champion for enhancing the Black experience. Her leadership at the AAA SRC has been unmatched. And we love you, Vanetta. And we just thank you. We thank you for all that you do here on our campus, for our faculty, for our students, and for our staff, who you recognized on an annual basis. Vanetta?
Just a minute, Terry, I started.
Yes.
Just a minute.
Vanetta, you have just a minute to make brief remarks.
You're on. I don't see my video. Start my video. Okay. I don't see my video here. Is it on?
That's okay. We see you, Bonetta. We see you.
I don't see you. Anyway, thank you very, very much. I am very moved by this, Tammy. Everyone here has worked very hard. And hi, Ed, I see you in the chat. Thank you. I see many people who've been my colleagues, friends over the years, and even my former students, such as Marcia. She doesn't want to remember that she was once my student, but all of these, and I love all of you. And so I will say, because my presence here is to preserve African as well as African-American studies. So Umoja, One Heart, Ujima, collective work. And then Kwaheri, thank you very much. I appreciate all of our work together, and I appreciate everything that the whole Black Excellence Committee and Tammy and others have done. And I too am very humbled, but I am not retiring. I will be around here to make more trouble for a few more years.
Thank goodness. And thank goodness for that. Thank you, Bonetta. And thank you for those of you who have paved the way. This is what you guys are hearing right now. And this is what Juneteenth is about. It's about those who have paved the way, who've come before us, for those of us who are here now to know our history and take that information and move forward. We have one more award in this section before we present the Black Staff Association Executive Board. So we're gonna go to the next slide. And this is for King Britt. He could not be with us here today, but he sent us a video to acceptance for his award. And if we can play that video. We're not hearing sound.
Make sure to click the little buttons on the corner on the left before you share the video. When you go to share it.
Video to
Heartfelt
acceptance
thank you for
for
the Black
his
Excellence
award.
Recognition Award.
We can play that video.
I really didn't expect that. I didn't expect all of this stuff. I just like to do what I can for my people.
We're not hearing sound.
Much appreciation and love to all of you. I wish I could be there, but I'm finally seeing my parents after
Make sure
a
to
year.
click the little buttons on the corner on the left before you share the video.
I did.
But
when you go to
thank you
share
so
it.
much. Respect to everyone. Heartfelt
acceptance
thank you for the Black Excellence Recognition Award.
Did you guys hear that, or it still didn't work?
Yes, we heard it.
We heard it. We also heard the echo, so that I think that's was kind of coming in on there as well. Well, but thank you for that, and hopefully you guys were able to hear him.
But
when you go to share
so much. Respect to everyone. Heartfelt
acceptance
thank you for the Black Excellence Recognition Award.
We are now.
It still didn't work.
I think we can move forward.
We heard it. We also heard the echo, so that I think that's was kind of coming in on there as well. So at this time, we are near the end of our program. I would like to acknowledge and recognize the Black Staff Association Executive Board. We are now for your leadership in enhancing the Black experience.
I think we can move forward.
We heard it. We also heard San Diego. I'm not sure what's happening. Kind of coming in on there as well.
Davita needs to mute.
This time we are near the end of our program. I would like to acknowledge and Davita, can you mute the Black Staff Association Executive.
It was a connection with the live stream. So some of us are on Zoom and some of us are on live stream. So I think that's why it was delayed.
Yes, thank you. And I got muted. So I'm not sure what y'all heard. So let me
It was something going on with the live stream. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Technical issues in this technical world. It's just happening. So last but not least, I want to thank the Black Staff Association Executive Board for your leadership in enhancing the Black experience at UC San Diego. So far tonight, we have heard so many testimonials from our award recipients about the work that BSA has done. And I have to say that over the past couple of years, it has been extremely challenging. But this board right here has been on fire. They have been advocating for Black staff and working to improve the climate by transcending and healing anti-Blackness and racism here on our campus, in our communities, and in the world. I cannot thank you all enough for everything that you have been doing. No one else is allowed to retire, please. We need you here. We're happy for those of you who have retired though. So we have accomplished so much together, and we still have a lot of work to do because honestly, the struggle is real. So in the spirit of the Nguzo Saba and our rich Black culture, I want us to do 7 Harambes. Harambe means let's pull together. And with this, we lift our fists up in the air and we pull down and we say Harambe. That is how we are going to close out this award ceremony. So here we go. Fists up, and here we go. Pull it down. Harambe.
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 Harambe. Harambe. Harambe. Harambe. Harambe. Thank you. The drummers are going to play us out, but thank you. Go ahead and drum. It's okay. Thank you for being here.